Mike Sapraicone, he is a former NYPD detective, and Steve Rogers, who is a retired U.S. Navy intelligence officer and retired Nutley, New Jersey police detective. Lieutenant, good to see both of you. Thank you so much to bring your expertise into this and to investigating crimes such as. What do you make here, and I'll start with Steve Rogers if I can on this. What do you make of how the suspect was apprehended, picked up by an eyewitness account at a McDonald's, all because of a photo that was blasted all across the nation?
Well, I'll tell you, I want to emphasize, we've said for years, if you see something, say something. Well, this employee saw something and said something, and as a result, we're here today with the apprehension of this individual. So don't take it lightly when the police say we need your help. We need the eyes and ears of the public to solve crimes and take people into custody. So this is a very, very important element that really launched into the apprehension of this individual.
Yeah. And at the McDonald's, he was found with some fake IDs and the gun, the weapon that was assumed to have been used in the murder, but also several pages of documents, which is being described as what looks like a manifesto for Mangione, according to multiple outlets, including the Associated Press. Part of it reads, quote, "To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone." It also had a line that said, "I do apologize for any strife or traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming." Mike, what do you make of potentially what this tells us about the motivation?
Well, he knew he was always going to be caught. That's why he wrote that. He wants to get his message across to everybody. And that's the purpose here. You know, you see this a lot of times in situations like this. This is a premeditated case. I know we're only charging murder too, but I think the judge said to you earlier today, this should be a murder one case. And maybe when it's all sorted out and we put all the evidence together and build that better case, that's what you might see. Though that's very iffy here in Manhattan. But I think that's what we should see here. Here's a young man who obviously is very educated, very smart. Comes from a well-to-do family, but certainly has some issues, and he wants to make his point clear to people what he feels about the medical field. I had once said I didn't always think this would be the motive, but obviously it seems to be the motive. And you know, Steve mentioned earlier that we need to thank the public for getting out there and helping us. And you know, we solve a lot of crimes here in New York City over the years, but we always need the help of the public, and that's how we're successful as we are, because we get help like what happened here yesterday.
Yeah, and Steve, we were talking about his family earlier. The suspect's family is speaking out about the arrest. A statement was put out, and they wrote, quote, "Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson, and we ask people to pray for all involved. We are devastated by this news," unquote. Mangiones are a prominent Maryland real estate family. Luigi was valedictorian in his high school class, a UPenn grad, Ivy Leaguer. Very well-to-do family, and now turning out to be a suspect in this murder case. Steve, if you just wanted to weigh in on that in terms of profiling, maybe.
Well, Mike brought up a very important point. Well-educated. I mean, this guy was brilliant. He's an engineer, went to these Ivy League colleges, well-to-do family. The fact of the matter is that what goes through my mind is, did this guy ever have any mental health issues? I mean, this guy just went off his rocker. And the fact of the matter is I'd like to, and hope, and I believe the police will talk to his family at length to find out if there were any issues that would lead them to believe that he would commit a violent act, and if so, was any action taken. So at the end of the day, we have a brilliant individual, well-planned. He did meticulous work, but he messed up along the way, which resulted in where we are today. But I worry about one thing. I hope somebody out there doesn't decide to repeat an act. These copycats are out there. And as Mike said, this is no way to solve a problem.
Absolutely. Now you've got people who are connected to him in the past. You had a roommate who lived with him in Hawaii saying that he suffered from a lot of back pain and underwent a back surgery in recent months. So we're waiting to get confirmation there. We'll leave it right there, but continue the coverage. Mike Sapraicone and Steve Rogers, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.